Friday, everybody. My name is Dean.
And my name is Tyler, and we're back yet again with the champion review for you.
Boom, boom. We got Nocturne and Jarvan today. Spoiler, not much is going on, but, we like talking about them and stuff.
Yeah.
So, it's Friday. We're chilling. Maybe a shorter episode. Before it's 4 hours long. But
it's going to be 6 hours long because you just said that, That's how it works.
But, guys, as always, come on over to the YouTube. Check out all the content we're having out. Probably by this point, by the time this is uploaded, we'll have Game 3 of the commentary game from the giveaway stream up.
Yes.
So make sure you guys are checking that out. Check out all the shorts. We're pumping them out. Try to do one a day, maybe two, if I'm feeling... If what do you say?
Frisky?
Granddad's feeling a little frisky.
I was thinking we said check out shorts. All I could think of was dodgeball. Jason Bateman goes, Pepper needs new shorts.
We do need new shorts.
Yes.
So yeah, guys, make sure you come over here and click through the videos, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow on here. We're getting there. And yeah, that's it.
Also upcoming, starting on Tuesday is the beginning of the MSI tournament. So
yeah, that's right.
That'll be something to watch.
It's 5 a.m. our time.
Ooh, I'll be at work pretty much, so that's good.
I'll be able to listen to them. I am a pleb and pay for YouTube's premium, so I'll be able to listen to the audio at least. I don't like listening on Twitch. Twitch sucks for audio.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, all right. Maybe we'll talk about that when the games start going and how bad NA is and how shitty it is to be an NA fan.
Let's go Golden Guardians.
Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, we got Jarvan and Nocturne today. Just looking at the list too. Next week we got Lee Sin and Brand. Maybe changes on them. I'm not gonna look, but
Brand will have changes.
Yeah.
I know it's passive at least because he was in that support mage update when they did Zyra as well.
That's true. All right. So yeah, we got those coming up, but today Jarvan and Nocturne. But let's head over to Chat GPT. And let's see what they say about Jarvan. So it says, Jarvan is a popular champion in League of Legends who is often played in the jungle role. He is a versatile champion who can be played in different ways depending on the team's needs and the player's preference. In terms of playstyle, Jarvan is known for his strong early game ganking potential, thanks to his abilities to close the gap between himself and his opponents with his Dragon Strike, his Q, ability, which can knock up enemies. His Demacian Standard, E, ability can provide a temporary buff to allies and can be used to combo with Q for even more damage and crowd control. Okay. Jarvan's ultimate ability, Cataclysm, creates a circular arena around him, trapping enemies inside and dealing damage. This can be used to isolate key targets in team fights or to secure kills on fleeing enemies. Additionally, he can use his ult to create terrain, which can be used to block paths or escape routes. Overall, Jarvan is a strong early game jungler who can provide utility for his team through crowd control and temporary buffs. He can also transition into tanky initiator or damage dealer depending on the items he builds and the team's needs. Yeah, more or less.
It's a pretty good overview. That's exactly what it is, an overview. J4, the early game monster, who's actually quite relevant in the game still.
I was going to say, is there... Maybe I should single it down to junglers. Is there another jungler that can be as impactful as him at level 2?
Lee Sin.
Because you just take red and you can go and you have knock up CC immediately and high damage.
Let's see. You have Nunu that could do it,
but he doesn't do damage.
He doesn't do as much damage, but Nunu has the pop up with the snowball, and he's fast as fuck, boy. J4. Lee Sin Lee Sin usually go level 3 before you want to gank. I mean, you can... Lee Sin's interesting. You can gank level 1 if you're good at it. Or level 2 if you decide you don't want to go for damage, you want to go for hops. Is there another early game jungler as impactful? I don't think so.
Yeah, no, off the top of my mind, I can't think of one.
I don't think Vi can do it as well as J4 does. Even though she has that Q with the knockup, which is pretty big, and she does have the shred.
But as I say, you kind of need the E for the auto attack reset,
right?
So you'd need to be level 3. You can't,
right?
Maybe someone can prove us wrong. Who's a better early game jungler than
Then J4, yeah. Oh, you know
who's
who else
strong?
is actually could do it if he wants to commit to it is a Mumu. He would have to
Okay.
commit and Shaco. How did I forget Shaco? The Jack in
That's
the
true.
Box. He just walk behind you and kill you. You're like, what the fuck just happened? But I think in terms of impact, though, I think you're right. J4 is more impactful because obviously Shaco's an assassin, so he's gonna come up and just try to cheese assassinate you, right? Amumu's just trying to land the bandage toss. Now that he has the double bandage toss, I think it gets easier. But then again, he probably still needs level 3. I think Shaco's the only one that can really run J4 for his money at level 2.
Yeah.
So
But,
yeah,
all right. Yeah, like we said, he's the same. He's been the same.
yeah, he hasn't
But
really changed.
we'll go over his abilities, of course, and talk about everything. So we will start with his passive Martial Cadence.
Right.
Innate Jarvan's basic attack. I'm not going to say Jarvan the Fourth. Jarvan's
J4?
basic attacks are empowered to deal additional physical damage equal to 8% of the target's current health, with a minimum threshold of 20 and capped at 400 against all targets. This effect cannot occur on the same target more than once every few seconds, and that scales down based on level, which is 6, 5, 4, and 3, which is at level 16. You're going to get the 3 seconds.
Oh, you know what we forgot to mention about J4 is that he's possibly secretly LeBlanc.
Oh, no, I
think that lore's been wiped.
well, yeah, I think that's old lore.
It's
too.
old, right? But if you
Or
guys
if it was one instance where LeBlanc pretended to be him.
possibly unproven, it's in one cartoon. Does it proven that she was actually pretending to be him, or I thought that was just a theory because she was in the thing?
A theory.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, right? I'm playing Mage Seekers, and I guess spoilers. It's not really that spoilers because it's already something that happens and everyone should know about.
Right.
Spoilers: Jarvan III gets killed, as in why Jarvan IV is the prince, and everyone blames Silas, and Silas is saying it wasn't him. So, maybe I'll learn more about. I'm sure I'll learn some more about Jarvan in this game because I think you do come into contact with him. And yeah, I'll see. Maybe that can be an extension of this. I'm sure I'll learn some shit.
Isn't Scion's jaw the crown of one of the Jarvans?
Yeah, I think it's the. Let's see. Scion's jaw. The metallic is the crown of
He's Jarvan
the First.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I remember his lower jaw being a Jarvan crown. I just couldn't remember which Jarvan crown. So okay. Good.
As far as passive, I mean it's pretty basic. I think it's a
Straightforward.
very basic passive. Just get enhanced auto attack damage.
It's as basic as it is. It's still very effective, and it still fits in the game. Surprisingly, considering how old it is, because how many times we see champions go through multiple passives, right? Like, oh, this thing's outdated. Like fucking Nasus is the only one who's so fucking old that it needs a change, and I don't know if that ever is gonna happen.
I feel like this passive is outdated. I think they could do something better for him. I just don't know.
They could do something better, but this leads to this is what makes him such an early game champion, right? That additional damage at 8% current health, that's a lot of fucking damage on whether or not you land a Q or just auto attack. That's a lot of damage early.
I'm trying to think of something they could do. Like, what would fit in his lore? Like, if he could rally, could he rally his allies or something? What if he just had a built-in Aegis? I don't know. I mean,
maybe.
I just personally feel like this is something. I mean, obviously, when did he come out? I'm looking at it right now. Hold on. 2011. So obviously, it's still old. So it's
definitely old.
But it maybe, I don't know. I just feel like they could probably update this.
Okay. That's fair.
But
okay, let's see. His Q, Dragon Strike. Active, J4 extends his lance in the target direction, dealing physical damage to enemies hit and inflicting them with armor reduction for 3 seconds. If the lance connects with a deployed Demacian standard, J4 dashes to its location, knocking up nearby enemies around him and along his path for 3/4 of a second. J4 can cast any of his abilities during the dash. It's not mentioned here, I don't think, but this does apply the passive. The physical damage on it is 80 to 240 with 140% bonus AD. And the armor shred is 10 to 26% of the target's armor. So that's a lot. This is your ranged, as Qs tend to be, like your ranged, I guess, farming or poke ability. And it is typically, I believe, the one you max first when you're jungling, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it apply the passive? I'm trying to look for that.
Pretty sure I've seen it do that.
All right. I'm going to go into...
Yeah,
you already know
look.
what we're going to do.
Unless it was changed. It may have been changed.
Yeah, I'll say I'm going into...
I don't play a lot of J4. I only really play with ARAM.
Going into practice tool.
Get me the tool notes.
Yeah, I tried to like look through that. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I don't see it on here. I'm pretty sure it does. Maybe I'm wrong.
Let's see. We'll pull. So yeah, even if he is immobilized, if the Q goes and it connects with a standard, it will. It's kind of like a buffered thing, like Tristana W, right? Like if he gets stunned, as his Dragon Strike is going out to his lance, or excuse me, his standard, he's still gonna go.
Right.
He won't. It won't be like interrupted. Okay, hold on. You think? Oh, there we go. Spawn. Target dummy. There we go. So let me grab. Well, I can go up to it. Let's see. Does that? What other tooltips does it say, or on the details?
I was trying to look. I even googled. It just says armor reduction is applied after the damage. The damage dealt does not benefit from it in this case. The ability is cast from wherever the caster is at the end of the cast time.
It does not look like it does.
Okay, maybe I'm
see.
wrong. Oh, the knockup also slightly moves the target landing 50 to 100 units in a random direction. Well, that's weird.
Okay, so yeah, maybe they did get rid of that. I don't remember that ever because I always like. I'm just so programmed to like as soon as I EQ, just turn around and auto attack.
Right.
Just to get the pop.
Boom. Right.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Glad we figured that out.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so that's Dragon Strike. But yeah, that is the ability you max first.
Right. You've got the best skill coming up next.
Golden Aegis. Active, Jarvan slows all nearby enemies for 2 seconds. Jarvan also grants a shield for 4 seconds, increased by 1.3% of his maximum health for each enemy champion hit. And then it also scales, which again they did recently with bonus AD. But the cooldown is 9 seconds, effective radius 600. It's not too big, but it's not too small. The slow is 15 to 35%, and then the shield strength is 60 to 140 plus 70% bonus AD, and then again, 1.3% of his max health for each enemy they hit. It's kind of weird, like, to have it scaling off max health, but then bonus AD. Like, do you want him as a tank or do you want him as AD?
I think in his current state, you gotta throw him as AD, dude.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, why? I don't know. Because he's not. If he's building, sure, he's Gore Drinker. Sure, it's not like as if unless you go full tank, you're not getting a fat shield. We all know that this ability fucking sucks.
Right.
It's just odd to me. Maybe they should have made the shield strength scale off 8. I don't know. I'm just
of something.
I don't like this ability. I hate this ability.
It's fucking straight garbage.
Doo-doo.
All right, so we know that skill is garbage. Even the slow is garbage. Like if they made the slow better, it might be worth it. But the whole thing is just fucking a hot pile of steaming garbage mixed with poop. We call it Golden Aegis. Moving on to Demacian Standard, J4's Q or J4's E. Excuse me. I don't know what I'm saying, and I can't read obviously. So. Passive, J4 gains bonus attack speed. Actually, I didn't even realize that was his passive.
Yeah, he gets it as he levels it up.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Okay. Active, J4 throws a Demacian flag to the target location, dealing magic damage to enemies within the area. The flag then remains for 8 seconds, granting sight of its surroundings and providing an aura that grants bonus attack speed equal to Demacian Standard's passive to J4 and all nearby allied champions. Demacian Standard will cast at max range if cast beyond that. It gives bonus attack speed of 20 to 30% based on rank, and magic damage is 80 to 240 plus 80% AP. And I swear to God, if you build AP on J4, I'm gonna punch you in the throat.
Unless you're just going support Jarvan with Aerie, it's good. I mean, just take like fucking. That's getting played. I know who he played it. I think in finals weekend.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing to note about this is it stacks on him. So
Yes.
he gets the attack speed. Yeah, he gets doubled. He double dips, which is good.
That's cool. No, it's super cool. It does say, yeah, okay, yeah, it says it on there. The flag has a interesting pathing radius. Okay. The gameplay radius is bigger than the actual pathing radius, so you can hit. You don't have to be as dead on with Dragon Strike to get the pull, so that is good to know. And it can be teleported to, and Lee Sin can actually W to it.
Yeah, it's just used as a unit, right?
Right.
Target
it's an untargetable for enemies unit, exactly. Okay, that's all I got. Give us the. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was to say I like the fact that it gives sight too. You can just check brushes early game. It's a good ability.
You ever just get kills by dropping a flag on someone's dome?
If you get a kill with the Jarvan E,
it's fun.
You deserve to die. If you get hit by it and you die, you deserve.
I've done it before. Like, the intention wasn't even to kill them. It was like, I'm just going to EQ, and they had just happened to take enough damage where the E dropped and landed right on their head. I was like, oh, okay, that was easy.
All right, moving on to his ultimate, Cataclysm. Active, Jarvan leaps with displacement immunity to the target enemy champion's location over 0.35 seconds, dealing physical damage to all nearby enemies upon arrival. Upon impact, he creates a circle of impassable terrain that initially pulls units inside it, though not rendering them airborne. The terrain lasts for 3.5 seconds and grants sight of the area. Cataclysm can be recast after 1 second while the terrain is active. Recast, Jarvan destroys the terrain created by Cataclysm. One thing I also say it does. I will say, unless it says it in the details, it spawns a flag in the middle of the arena.
Oh yeah, it does, huh?
So if you could, so you can do some sick ass combos with it. I know, because you can flash ulti and then EQ out. And then, if your cooldowns come back up, you can E back in. It creates another flag, and I'm assuming it also that will add his attack speed bonus as well.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Damage. Let's see, damage 200 to 450 with a 180% bonus 80 ratio.
Right. And interesting to note. Ornn's ability, Searing Charge, will not destroy the whole ring, but only the part that Ornn collides with it. Okay.
That's his E, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he can destroy. I believe he can destroy a Nivea wall and Talia wall. With his E.
Yes. I don't know if he destroys the whole thing for Talia wall, but at least part of it. A passive.
No, yeah, I think it's just a part.
This is a really good combo ability for like Galio or Kiana or Gnar. So you have to be careful where you're picking this champion into. Like, you don't want to play against Kiana. You don't want to play against Gnar. You probably don't want to play against Galio because you're just allowing him to combo on you if you trap somebody in there. So you have to be careful what you do or when you do it, I guess. But I do think one of his ultis is one of the grander ultis in the game in terms of scale. Like the big dump. The big dunk.
Yeah.
Oh my god, why did I say dump? The big dunk plus the yelling of Demacia is pretty fun, pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to say I can't remember what I was watching, but when they were talking about when they made this ability, like they were like everyone was like, "Oh shit!" Like you're 1v1 arena, like and then they eventually made Camille. But like this was like the original 1v1 me, bro.
This is when there was less dashes in the game, so like you couldn't really get out unless you had flash.
This
up.
ability guarantees you take a flash off
Oh,
someone who doesn't have mobility spells. But like, yeah,
unless they just accept their fate.
But no, yeah, it's great for setting up, like you said, with Galio and like Kiana, Gnar, anybody. The Narvin, I remember we see that a lot.
Yeah, good classic Narvin's a good one.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty another satisfying ability to fucking to hit with. So
I concur.
All right, I know we're gonna talk about skins. One thing I think is a crime that Riot hasn't done is they have not made Dunk Master Jarvan.
It is a big crime.
There are like 4 champions that need a Dunk Master skin. Jarvan, Vi, Garen, maybe what's another champ? I'm missing one.
Well, Darius has it, and
Sure.
Burn has it, so that'd be 5 total.
Well, there's one more that I could think of that could like that just jumps up into the air.
Who else is dunking?
I mean, I guess Jace technically with to the skies.
Oh, yeah,
he jumps up, he flips up into the air.
But Alistair also dunks.
That would be
WQ.
Sick. He does have the sweeper skin though.
Yeah. Oh, I guess you might be able to give it to Malphite.
He's a football though. We need
He's a football.
Quarterback. We need quarterback. My
He
Malphite.
needs a helmet. Shoot. I don't.
Okay.
Oh, Nasus, the Q is a fucking dunk, especially when he kills you.
Okay.
Bonk.
Okay.
So yeah, I can see it with that too. But J4 especially needs to be on this list, especially because they actually changed his auto attack effect. I think on the first strike where it actually does the dunk.
The enhance.
Yeah.
I'll say the dunk is
it's on the
his
martial. The martial cadence though, I believe has a different hit where it's more like a dunk. Like from
the only
top.
reason I thought of a dunk is for his ulti.
Right, but I think
I mean, it just might make a different sound.
right. But yeah,
I don't know if it has a special auto attack, like a crit.
Oh wait, hold on.
I don't think it.
Hold on, I saw in the patch notes here somewhere. Let me see. So on patch 8.19, there was a bug fix where Martial Cadence now properly plays his dunk animation, written in the patch notes. So there you go. All right. I don't know what it is in this one. I don't have any strong feelings one way or the other for J4.
I really like Warring Kingdoms.
That one's cool.
Or Fnatic.
Fnatic's cool. I use Fnatic 'cause I have it. I think the new Nightbringer one looks cool, but it's just very
He looks
bland.
like Yasuo.
He does. It's very bland Nightbringer, so it's like nothing special. I don't think I've ever actually seen anyone use his Hextech skin.
Yeah, Darkstar's fine. I feel
like
weird. There's some Darkstar skins where they're like of humans that look cool, like the Lux ones are cool, but like
The Thresh one's cool. I don't really care for Varus.
Yeah, it's kind of.
But Thresh getting like a bunch of new lines and stuff for it is really good. I know Cho'Gath. I think Malphite has one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
His is kind of cool. Cho'Gath is good though.
It's because they're like monsters,
right?
I just feel weird when they're like
humanoids.
People. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jarvan doesn't really have that. He doesn't have a
signature,
sure shining skin.
Yeah.
Victorious looks like shit. Darkforge.
Well, Victorious. This is the first fucking Victorious skin, right?
Yeah.
Like the least they could do is update the fucking splash art. Like it looks like the old splash arts from 2011. Like, excuse me, Riot.
I feel like Darkforge could be sick as fuck.
It could be.
It gives
needs
me
an
like
update.
a Dark Souls vibe with the armor.
Sure.
But yeah, it needs to be updated. All of his early skins, like Dragon Slayer, the newer Dragon Slayers look sick.
He kind of looks like a minion in Dragon Slayer, dude. Like with the helmet.
Yeah, I'd probably have to go with Warring Kingdoms or Fnatic.
I like Fnatic. I actually do like Lunar Beast. I think that one's pretty good. It's more of that like cyberpunk style.
Yeah.
I think Worlds 2021 is kind of cool too.
That just looks like a better Victorious. I don't know.
And that's exactly what it is.
Or,
it's what Victorious should be, or a championship.
It's very similar to Samsung Galaxy. I think it's just the color scheme,
Right.
blue and
Well,
white.
so Worlds 2021 was like the replacement for the championship line, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So that's why it's all blue and white, like all the other ones that are blue. So, yeah, I think if I had to go with one, Worlds 2021 is my favorite. He's got the two dragons coming over his shoulders. Like,
Yeah.
I like that. So, all
Okay.
right.
All right. Well, let's move on over to Nocturne.
Old Nocturne. Hey, Zap. This is for you, buddy. This here is just for you. Now, Nocturne, just like J4, has no old abilities at all.
Oh, so you want to read ChatGPT?
That's where I'm headed.
Okay.
You're good, you're good. Yeah, Nocturne has no old abilities, just like J4, so it's gonna be pretty straightforward. ChatGPT says Nocturne is a melee assassin and fighter champion who is played primarily in the jungle role. Wow, they didn't mention the popular online game League of Legends. He has a unique kit that allows him to quickly close the gap between him and his enemies, deal significant damage, and disrupt their abilities. Nocturne's passive ability is Umbra Blades, which causes his basic attacks to deal additional damage and heal him for a portion of the damage dealt. This allows him to sustain himself in fights and clear jungle camps quickly. His Q ability is Duskbringer, which sends out a shadowy blast in a line, dealing damage to all enemies hit and granting Nocturne a movement speed boost. This ability is great for engaging on enemies and catching them off guard. Nocturne's W ability is Shroud of Darkness, which allows him to block the next enemy ability that targets him and gain attack speed for a short time. This ability is useful for dodging crucial crowd control abilities or blocking high damage abilities. His E ability is Unspeakable Horror, which fears the target after a short delay and deals damage over time. This ability is great for setting up kills or disrupting enemies in teamfights. Nocturne's ultimate ability is Paranoia, which blinds all enemy champions and allows Nocturne to fly towards a single enemy champion, dealing damage and suppressing them for a short time. This ability is great for catching out an enemy carry and quickly eliminating them. Overall, Nocturne is a champion that requires a lot of decision making and positioning. He excels at picking off isolated enemies and disrupting enemy teams in teamfights. To play Nocturne successfully, you'll need to have a good map awareness and know when to engage and use his abilities to their full potential.
That's pretty good. That's pretty accurate.
You're pretty good. I will say I've always had a problem with the name of his passive.
Umbral?
Yes.
You want to say Umbral?
Yes. That's literally the my entire problem with it. So, his passive, Umbra Blades. Innate, periodically Nocturne empowers his next basic attack to slash in a circle, dealing 120% AD physical damage to the target and nearby enemies, and healing himself for 13 to 30, based on level, plus 30% AP per enemy hit. Against minions, Umbra Blades damage to secondary targets and healing are reduced by 50%, and it applies on-hit effects to all targets at 100% effectiveness. Umbra Blades can critically strike against the primary target, modifying the physical damage dealt to 192.5%, and if you have an IE, you get an additional 38.5% AD. Basic attacks reduce Umbra Blade's cooldown by 1 second, increase to 3 against enemy champions and monsters. So the more you attack, the more you get the passive, the more you hit champions or monsters, which are jungle monsters, the faster you get to do it, which is why he is a jungler.
Yeah, I say that's they want him to be played in the jungle. They do not want him top lane. They don't want him anywhere.
They don't want him mid lane like he was for a while.
Nocturne's one of the champions I think has like the best fucking sustain early game. Like, especially if you're just you basically get a free Tiamat like every 13 seconds, but each auto attack reduces it by 3.
Right.
So if you're sitting at chickens, you're gonna get an AoE cleave like that, and you're gonna heal. You're not gonna lose health. You're not losing much HP in the jungle. It's another straightforward, just kind of sustain bullshit, but like it's the damage I guess isn't insane. 120% AD. It's not bonus either. Okay.
No, it's his full AD. You just get extra 20% damage. But like, it's pretty impactful early on, especially because he's a champion that like, he doesn't really gank pre-6. He doesn't have the tools to do it. Like, he uses the fuck out of his ulti to gank, so I think it's rather important that he has a faster clear. faster than somebody like Master Yi, who's also like a big farming champion, or like a Shyvana is a big farming champion. He does have an inherent advantage against most of those farming champions because his clear is faster.
I was gonna say he's pretty decent at dueling early.
Right.
At level 3, once you get all his abilities, obviously, like you have Conqueror, if you have lethal tempo is really good too. The attack speed, you get the fear, you can fight pretty much early on.
Right.
But no, yeah, you want to get the 6 for the ulti. One thing I did want to say is Nocturne is on the list, or has been on the list for the fan vote to full on VGU.
I feel like he needs it, or could use it at least.
No, it was like, well, we know Skarner's coming next year. I still personally want Shyvana more. I want Shyvana so badly. I don't even know when we get to her, but
never.
That'd be fun. Never. Maybe they'll probably rework. No, but no, yeah. He is on the radar to get an update. Just before moving to his debut, just looking at his fucking character model picture, it is horrendous. What is going on with his head?
Well, he's like I know he's an like aberration, a ghost, right?
Yeah, but my guy.
Yeah, he's yeah.
Isn't there like there's a
Why is Blade so fat though?
Like, there's a theory that he's Zed.
Oh, I think I've heard that before.
Because he's a shadow.
But... Right.
Right. Can you at least hook my boy up to look better? Holy shit.
Give me something.
All right.
Give me something.
All right, let's move on to his Q, Duskbringer. Active, Nocturne casts out a Shadow Blade in the target direction that leaves a dust trail in its wake, dealing physical damage to enemies hit. Enemy champions hit will leave a dust trail behind while moving. Dust trail lasts 5 seconds and will slowly disappear afterwards. While on the dust trail, Nocturne is ghosted and gains bonus attack damage and bonus total movement speed. So it's a stacked fucking ability.
Right.
This is what you're maxing first, obviously. 8-second cooldown, not that long. Has a quarter-second cast time. That can kind of fuck you sometimes. I didn't know it ghosted you. That's pretty interesting.
I forgot it ghosted you as long as you're in the trail.
That's OP as shit.
Right.
So physical damage is 65 to 245 with 85% bonus 80. The bonus attack damage it gives you is 20 to 60. So you're taking this first. You're maxing this first. So you're gonna have just that much more damage. That's another reason he's pretty good at like one-on-one dueling early on. And then the bonus movement speed is 15 to 35%.
Yeah, pretty nuts.
I like this ability.
It's pretty gross, and what's nice too is like you don't necessarily even have to land it on a champion to make use of the movement speed and the bonus attack damage.
No, just throw it out. If I'm blue side, I just did my chickens and I need to get up to the wolves, I'll just cast it and I'll just zoom through.
Sure. It's a good movement speed or just movement ability in general. So, and it does say that bonus movement speed stacks multiplicatively with other sources of movement speed boosts. Is he the kind of champion that takes celerity?
You could.
I could see that working. Get extra movement speed out of that. Like, it's fucking disgusting. Okay, down to the W. Shroud of Darkness. Passive, Nocturne gains bonus attack speed. Active, Nocturne gains a spell shield for 1.5 seconds. Upon successfully blocking a hostile effect, Shroud of Darkness's bonus attack speed is doubled for 5 seconds. I didn't even actually know that, so that's fucking disgusting. You get that on and then you get the bonus.
I think I mentioned it. If you're taking Dragon and the Dragon's going to, auto attack, breathe fire on you, you can spell shield and that will absorb it and you get the double attack speed.
Yeah.
So that's a nice little tip.
And the bonus attack speed it grants is 30 to 50%. Obviously, it doubles if you pop your spell shield to 60 to 100% based on rank. So pretty big skill here. It actually helps him. If he's chasing somebody down, it helps him not get CC'd into oblivion.
No, yeah. I mean, there's very few champions with spell shields, and this is a good one. You are maxing this last.
Yes.
Even though, 30% attack speed at rank 1 is fucking sweet. I think you get at least over one attack speed, like at level 2. So
that's pretty gross.
All right. Everything's gross.
Yes, it is.
Unspeakable horror. Nocturne. Nocturne gains 90% bonus movement speed while facing nearby feared targets.
I didn't even know that. That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's especially with like the Q.
Right. That's what I was
zooming.
thinking. Like, that's just fucking movement on movement, dude.
Yeah. And it's not even just him feared. If it's just feared.
Yeah.
So, active Nocturne torments the target, forming a tether between himself and the target for 2 seconds, during which the target takes magic damage every half second over the duration. If the tether is not broken by the end of the duration, the target is feared for a duration while being slowed by 90%.
I just want you guys to know that tethers are Dean's favorite form of
They
abilities in League of Legends. Tell him why, Dean.
Yeah, because invulnerabilities, fizz backflip, Vladimir pools, nope, you're still gonna get fucking feared if it stays connected.
Yep. You have to physically move out of the area to disconnect it.
So yeah, magic damage. Total magic damage is 80 to 260 with a 100% AP ratio. And then we don't need to talk about the tick per tick. And then the disable duration is 1 1/4 seconds to 2 1/4 seconds. So this is what you are maxing second to
Right.
get that nice long fear. The 90% movement speed, bonus movement speed is nuts. It's pretty good.
It's fucking huge. So, all right, on to the ability that makes Nocturne who he is. Paranoia. Active. Nocturne terrorizes all enemy champions, near-sighting them for 6 seconds. He can recast Paranoia for the same duration after a quarter second. Recast. Nocturne dashes with displacement immunity to the target enemy champion, dealing physical damage upon arrival. Nocturne can cast any of his abilities during the dash. And I don't think he says it anymore. He used to say Pierce the Veil.
It's in Eternum Noctum.
Oh, okay. Is that what? Okay. And then I know it says darkness, and it kind of reminds me of like of some Voldemort, like just like whispering to Harry, darkness.
All right, so you guys hear? He's not Zed. He's Voldemort.
He's Voldemort, dude, right here. Nocturne, Voldemort, confirmed. This is the bread and butter fucking ability. This is like why you pick Nocturne. Through every professional game, this is why Nocturne's picked. Through every solo queue game, this should be why Nocturne's picked. You just turn the fucking lights off on the map, and pings are invisible. Everything is fucking invisible, and then you're on comms like, where is he? Where is he? Who's he on? Who's he on? Who's he on?
Pings are not. I don't think pings are muted.
Pings, if you're in the area and you can see it, they're not. But if you can't see it, I'm pretty sure they're muted.
I'm pretty sure you can ping and their sound. I think that's how you can tell. Let me see. Paranoia. I'm trying to see alternative. Paranoia is cast based on trying to. Oh, this would be a weird way to. I wouldn't know how to fucking test this.
Let me look at nearsighting.
I'm almost positive. Like that's how you can tell. Like you ping, and you can see it. Or hear it.
Let's see.
It only says interrupts.
Oh no, okay, you can ping. Okay. I thought you couldn't ping on it. Okay.
No, that's why whenever it's like instead of saying it's on
pinging
me,
everything.
Just ping, yeah. And I'm pretty sure you can see the pings like
no,
on the minimap.
You can see pings that a teammate is far away, you can just see it from the minimap.
There you go. Yeah.
And someone says, I wish it would become common knowledge to ping during Nocturne Alt. You can still see pings on the minimap.
Yeah. I mean, you can't do anything else.
This I didn't know is that he actually has a spell indicator. Not that you'll ever see it, but telegraph to his allies within range of the recast. It'll be red if he has not picked a champion, but this champion that can be picked, it will be green to signify that he has picked a champion to dive in on. So I'm like, that's cool. I didn't know that was a thing.
I don't think anybody's ever going to be paying attention to that.
Right. The Nocturne player might. Let's see.
Because I know you can ping the ability yourself, and it'll say like there are no targets in the
Right.
vicinity.
Right.
Um,
Oh,
yeah,
I wonder if that's before you ult.
yeah, I think you can do that.
No, it just
Oh,
says
the
in range
colors.
of the recast though. So maybe not. Yeah. Huh.
I was gonna say I'm not even like the first part. I don't even care about the damage it does. Just
No.
turning all the fuck it sucks. It's so sucky to be on the receiving end of a Nocturne.
It's
Like
fucking awful,
can't see
dude.
shit. I feel like nearsighted. Fuck tethers. Nearsighted. Like Graves W.
I fucking
Shit
hate
like
that.
that is like the most OP.
Or Quinn. Is it Quinn's
Yeah,
E?
yeah. The blind.
Oh god, I
Or
hate
yeah.
that shit, dude.
It's like some of the worst CC in the game. Like it's OP.
Quinn and Graves particularly are, I feel like, are worse than Nocturnes because
Because they're basic abilities.
right. Nocturne's solid. Obviously Nocturne's probably building Axiom Arc. But like it has to do too though, like Quinn's gonna drop that on you when you're trying, like if you're Lee Sin or you're Braum and you're trying to jump to somebody, you're not jumping to anybody because you're not fucking seeing them. You know what I mean? Nocturne's area that you can see around you is a little bit bigger as a champion. Like I don't know how to explain that. The sight reduction is not as
300.
big as fucking as big as Quinn or Graves. He only reduces sight by 300 units. Let's see if I can see Quinn sight reduction. I think it's her E, right?
Q.
Oh, sorry, it's a Q. Okay, so she reduced by 350. Okay, maybe what was Graves' sight reduction? His is really like the fucking one that hurts. Oh my god, I searched. I searched League of Legends when you search Graves. Graves sight reduction is only 250. Oh no,
Yeah.
but that's the estimated radius gets reduced to 250. Okay, so the way that they wrote this is stupid. Because Nocturne reduces the sight by
backwards.
300, right? So
Yeah,
he
I
reduces
see
the
that.
radius to 1050, where Graves reduces your radius to 250, so you can't see shit. And that's what makes it feel so fucking impactful too, you know. But I think if you're gonna be able to globally reduce sight, I think it's fair that the reduction shouldn't be as large.
Yeah, and by level 16, 400 units away for where he can actually fly in. That's
Right.
Yeah.
And at that point, too,
It-
he's doing 400 damage of the 120% bonus AD on top of that. Like, he should have a lot of AD by that point. So it does damage. Like you said, it's not the reason you use the ability, but, like, it doesn't hurt.
and it just also him being able to he can spell shield himself. So by the time he gets there, he has a spell shield, so
Right.
he can't get interrupted.
Right.
So that's pretty big too.
Yeah, he can cast during the dash, which is huge. But that's all I got to say about Nocturne. I mean, I'm sure Azap probably has more to say about it, but, you know.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Do we count Eternum? Because I feel like there's some legend. I feel like you have to, and maybe Azap will disagree with me on this. I just feel like you have to use Eternum,
Right,
Because the
that's
auto
fair.
attacking, it's kind of like how old Aether Wing Kale was. Like the
Right.
auto attack was so smooth.
Yep.
His voice dialogue is way better. But if I'm gonna put that to the side, it's gotta either be Cursed Revenant or Spooky or Haunting. Excuse me, Haunting.
The Haunting is good, and so is Old God. I'm between those two.
Oh, God is good.
I like Curse Revenant just 'cause I like that skin line, but, like, Old God is sick. And then Broken Covenant, I think that's the new one I haven't really seen yet. So Splash Art's cool, but I think Old God's cooler, and I think Curse Revenant's cooler. I wish it would bring back this skin line. But
Yeah, it apparently wasn't popular, but it's so sick.
the Eclipse universe. Oh, they did bring back the skin line. They threw them all in the Coven. Wait. What? Let me try that again. If I click on Curse Revenant, it's under Omen of the Dark, and it also includes Old Gods and Coven.
Huh.
So he has two skins in the same skin line. Coven, Death Blossom, Eclipse, Elderwood, Omen of the Dark. Okay, this is part of the Eclipse universe. So he has two skins in the same universe. check that out. And they threw all the
I
Blade Queen ones in here too.
want to say there's another champion that has like 2 skins in the same universe. That sounds familiar.
There probably
but
is.
Yeah, I really like the Iron Inquisitor,
That's such a cool
Kale,
one.
and then
Yeah.
I can't remember what the singed one is.
Singe is Black Scourge.
There you go.
I like that skin too. Singe has a bunch of good skins actually that I like in general. So,
Well, that is it.
yeah, I don't have anything else to add. So, in the absence of adding anything else, I will just recommend you check out our YouTube again. Instagram is starting to pop off a little bit with the Reels. TikTok obviously is going as well, and the YouTube Shorts is where it's at 100%. Give it a listen, give it a check out. Share with your friends. Your friends are interested. I guarantee you they're interested. Even if they're not interested, they're interested. I promise.
Yeah, and maybe well, we're recording this on Tuesday, but tomorrow, which would be Saturday for you guys, maybe I could stream a little bit. Maybe we can get some viewer games in. Tyler and I can cast some and have a little bit of fun with that. I think that'd be cool.
I'm only available for the first half of Saturday.
That's fine.
So
That's fine. We'll figure something out. We'll get some
yeah.
community fun going in. But yeah, guys, that is it. As always, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, rate, and review wherever you're listening or watching right now. Hit the link tree in the bio. Come hang out in the Discord. Maybe we could. One thing I want before we end. Let's read off some funny summoner names that people have been finding.
There's some good ones in there.
I'll shout out these people too. Tyler, you saw Squirt Girl 420.
That was a doozy.
That's good. Zen Spaghetto Man, Jazzy Horsecock Kiana.
Yeah,
all right.
That one reminds me of the old Super Mario video. Horsecock Tiny Mouth.
Oh man, Calientes, Dick Destroyer 69 and Clit Crusher 69.
Like Jesus, you think those two were in cahoots? I also like I Take Stinky Dumps.
Oh my god.
And Sweaty Neckbeard was good as well. Urethra Franklin.
Yeah, that one was wild. Holy shit. Guys, if you guys see any funny summoner names, go ahead and write them in.
Hold on, I played against one that was like the entire enemy team. Okay. They had solo shrooms only. Meta. Oh, wait, that was my team. Solo shrooms only and Meta Jesus. And then the enemy team, You Make Me ZZZ, Beautiful Queef, Anime Milkies, and Slipperiest Boy.
All right.
Like, Jesus Christ, what a fucking game. So.
Well, yeah, that's something fun we're also doing. So if you guys come across any funny summoner names, write them in the comments or come into Discord, send some screenshots in, and
yeah,
we'll go through them on the next episode. But yeah, other than that, guys, that is it. We will be back next week with the patch. I think Nico will be out, so that'll be fun. And that's MSI should be starting too.
Yeah.
Yeah, about like a week. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Have a good weekend and be safe.
Later, y'all.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to like the video and sub to the channel if you haven't already. Click right here to see the previous episode of the According to Low Elo podcast. Click right here to see the most recent gameplay video. Thanks again.